Hi everybody, welcome to the live and the replay. If you're catching the replay, hello. How's everybody? I almost forgot to plug in my phone. So 1 second. Hi guys, how are you today? Just plugging in my phone. There we go. Perfect. Hi. Hello. Just let everybody join. I'm adjusting that just a little bit. There we go. Hi. So it's so fun. I've been on live more lately and really enjoying coming on here. I just got off of a interview that I was doing and have some energy. So happy to be here. And how's everybody today? How is your day going? What is it, Tuesday? How's it Tuesday already? So, hello. Hi, guys. So, I'm Amy, and I run Raise the Vibe. And my background's in nursing, but I also do readings and energy work and hypnosis. And I'm just like to pop on and chat today. There really is no topic today, so I'll probably just take questions. And just really wanted to see how everybody was doing. Hi, Nighty. Yay. Aw. Hi. Yeah, it's a big supermoon. How are you guys feeling with that? For some reason, I'm doing okay. I guess that's nice. I guess that's a good thing. I was really sleepy on Sunday, but feeling pretty energized today. So that's something I'm really happy about, especially because there's been quite a bit of integration, so you all might be experiencing that as well. And so somebody was asking about the next meditation. I don't know. Maybe today, maybe next time I pop on. But I just uploaded a meditation on YouTube today. So if you wanted to check that one out, if you missed it last time, it was from last Friday. And then I have the 444 global meditation that's going to be coming on next. So my let me just put in here what the YouTube is. So it's YouTube and then / my name, or it's youtube.com / my name. And I have a lot of videos on there, and it's like probably 4 meditations now. And just like a lot of really good information. And we also have a series of interviews with the Council of Light, and that's what I was filming today with Kat Fowler from Soul Awakening Podcast. So that was great. And we'll probably have that latest one. So episode 3 will probably be up in the next few days. So yay! Awesome. All right. So can you explain how long the mass meditation was for in the planning? It was amazing. Well, I didn't plan it, so to be very like upfront about that, I was invited through multiple emails and direct messages, and so I have been wanting to do a meditation. And if you caught it, we did probably 3 or 4 last week leading up to the global meditation, but I'm not sure. However, I feel like the vibration was in the air, and there was a lot of people that I was speaking with who we wanted to do the meditation too. And then when we saw it, we were like, oh yes, let's all pop on at the exact time. So I don't know what time, or, I got probably 3 or 4 emails from different organizations or groups doing a meditation, but it was amazing that we all connected. I really loved it, and I could totally feel it. So so let me go ahead and read some more questions, and it's really fun. I mean, this is one thing, being at home has allowed me to focus on things so that I have more time to do lives. It's really, really nice. What kind of hypnosis do you do? I don't really do specific for trauma. If somebody has trauma they're trying to heal from, I would probably refer them more to like a clinical therapist. But the work that I do does help with trauma. So I specialize in past life regression work, and we go back through this life and then we go to the past. So if there's dis-ease within the energy, or a trauma or a tear or a phobia or something that's anchored in another reality, then we go to that source and we work with it there. So yes and no. But yeah, let's see. I can tell you're doing something. This lockdown is so boring. It goes in waves, right? It goes in waves. Definitely could be worse, for sure. So I'm really happy that we all have this connection here through I'd say YouTube, through Instagram. Yay, you've been listening to the interviews. Awesome. Hi, Yusef. Hi. Oh, yeah, I'm in Texas. How is everybody and where are y'all from? Usually I ask and I just skipped right past that today. So, yes. Let's see. You're on such a high frequency, fire, light, and power. Awesome. We so free. Love that. You guys are loving the meditations. Lots of buffering. Hopefully it'll work. I have a really strong connection, so hopefully it works, or you can catch the replay. Let's see. Oh, maybe I'll do some readings in a minute. Right now I'm just seeing how everybody is. We have from India. Hi. Somebody asking about angel numbers. So I have a lot of information on YouTube about angel numbers, and I can't clear your message. If you're asking me to clear it, it will kick you off and block you from my page, so I don't want to do that. So yeah, do you have any thoughts about the pink full moon in Libra? I don't at all. Like, my mind is absolutely nowhere near astrology or moons tonight. I'm sorry. I'm just like in my own little reality. Our house is for sale. We had a showing today. I had to get it ready and leave for like an hour and a half, load up my car with all my pets and my kids. And where can we go? Absolutely nowhere. We can't even go. We have a community space. We can't even go there. We can't go to the park. Like, it's just like so annoying. So my son's trying to do homework. It's not working, so he just fell asleep in the car. So that's kind of my day, being a mom. And then I was channeling the Council of Light earlier. So and right after that, I popped on here. So I haven't really given the state of the stars and the moon much thought. But with every full moon, it's a great opportunity with heightened frequencies to harness in that, just the vibe and really create that shift or let go of what you need to let go of. So one thing that I like is I do love full moons and I like the super moons. So I'm hoping tonight won't be as cloudy. I was out a couple nights ago and I could see it peeking through the clouds. So I love that. And it'll probably be a little bit before we get full stars. So it's been kind of gloomy and cloudy. Even if we had a nice day, like today's nice, but it might get gloomy tonight. So I don't know. The weather has a mind of its own, yeah. What about a meditation guide for astral projecting? I just have to smile that you asked that question. So the council just talked about that on episode 2, and it's on YouTube. And they were kind of just saying, if you go into astral projection naturally, because you need to go there and it will happen in meditation, hypnosis, energy therapy, that sort of thing, or dream state, then that's great. But they really don't recommend that people force it or try to project. They literally use that word, project their energy. And when they were talking, I saw in my mind's eye, because some people were leaving the body and going past the 12th grid. So there's 12 dimensions around Earth, and they were going out past that. And they ended up in some places that didn't look too pretty and were a little bit like, what is this space? I saw some stuff, and so they're like, until you really know what you're doing, or if it happens naturally, then you're guided and there's a reason, but they kind of say don't force it. So personally, right now in this space, I don't feel comfortable doing an astral projection meditation, but if it's your thing and you have a lot of practice with it, I'm sure it'll be able to flow and happen really naturally. So let's see. Why are some awakenings brought about through trauma for some? Oh, that is such a good question. I don't think I have like a blanket statement, one size fits all, but I know my huge awakenings were very traumatic. So, and it just, what I found in it is it pushed me to find myself and to be strong and to not really rely on other people's definitions or meaning of truth, or what's appropriate for society really wasn't appropriate for me. And it led me on this path of claiming my sovereignty at a really young age. I was really young. So that was interesting. And then, have little mini experiences throughout life. Things have kind of settled down, hopefully, for a while, because it can be very rough, and I'm 40 now, so I think I've had enough of that bullshit. Got it all out in my teenage years and young 20s, and then a little bit here and there. But yeah, the trauma, it really shakes us to our core, and it wakes us up, and it makes us really analyze who we are and why we're here and what the F is all about, So that was my whole thing, just breaking down completely to find myself. And in that finding myself, I realized that system, the community and the religion and all the programming that I was receiving wasn't my thing, So I think if I didn't have something really forceful and strong and contrasting coming into my reality, I probably would have just floated through life like everything's easy breezy, never really, of course I always questioned, but it wasn't until I was really pushed that I actually did something about that. So I probably would have just floated through life. So yeah, but it can be hard, especially if it's something that's a pattern and it happened in another life or when you're younger and it keeps coming up again. But with every experience is an opportunity for growth and to achieve some wisdom and integrate that wisdom and to really get closer and closer to who we are. So hopefully that helps. And if anybody's going through that, my heart goes out to you, and I'm sending you so much love, because I've been there. I've been at the depths of despair, like the bottom. So coming out of it's nice, it takes a while, but it feels great. So that's a really good question that you brought up. Can I channel the council now? I don't think that Instagram is the best platform, because to be frank and honest, channeling can scare the shit out of people. And when I was first introduced to it, I was like, what is this? So, there's something like Esther Hicks, she channels, she's awesome. Lee Carroll with Cryon, great. You have Bashar that comes through Daryl. They're beautiful and amazing. Bashar closes his eyes. Cryon, yeah, Lee Carroll closes his eyes too. But Esther Hicks, she's open. Her eyes are open. And if you don't know what channeling is, you might think it's her or that she's channeling. But when I channel, my voice changes and my eyes are closed. And, so for everybody, it's not. It's not their thing. And I get it. I completely get it. So it was through a series of experiences working with my team for years before I started channeling them in that way. And so what we were thinking is that after this series rolls out on YouTube, then I'm probably going to do a Zoom or something like that, where we'll invite you guys on to see it live and even present questions. So, but thanks for bringing that up. I was, that's interesting, because I was just talking about that. So it's nice to hear that there's an interest. And honestly, my team, they don't want to freak people out. They want, if it's not in love, or if somebody's not ready for it, they don't like to traumatize people. So it's got to be the right situation and right environment and the right beings. And I think that you guys who understand it get it. So we would definitely consider that. We'd love to have you guys there, because there's something really magical and quite special when you're in the live channel. And if you could be in the physical space, but you'll feel it, because it's more than just the messages, it's their energy, and it gets really strong, and it's like a complete upgrade. So so it's really fun. How do I feel when I channel? So I feel good. So even if I'm tired, all of a sudden I have all this energy. Their energy comes in, and I worked with it for some time. And if I teach a class on channeling, so if you took that class, or if you ever take that class, I get more into it. But it was a process and a partnership of me slowly letting their energy come in as I would leave. And now I can leave really quick, and I'm just hanging out in the background listening. So it's fun. I love how Kat interviews them, because she asks questions that I would never have thought to ask, stuff that never crossed my mind, and it's fun to hear their messages. So I can channel. So the book Activating the Starseed is essentially channeled, much of it, through writing, and that was really interesting. A lot of people think of automatic writing with their hand with a pen and paper, but for myself it was typing, and I would just type with my eyes closed and just like it all flew out. And so that was really lovely. But now I do vocal channeling, so I could do both. Channeling is where you bring forward information from another source. So it doesn't come from me, it comes from my team in spirit, and I work with Archangel Realm and a star collective, the Council of Light. But there's a lot of forms of channeling, and honestly, channeling happens to everybody all the time. When you're dancing or singing, you might find that like you start flowing through and a new frequency comes through you. And some people get rightfully, want to be really conscious of what or who they're channeling or what vibration. So I always say, when you are aware of who or what you're channeling, it's the safest than if you're not, because I've seen people lose their shit and just get really angry and a different being come through their eyes. Like you can tell, you're like, well, that's not you, so then something came through them. So channeling is bringing through an expression, a vibration, a consciousness, or a message from a space beyond yourself. And when I channel, they often use words that I would never use. They speak in a different way. And it took me a while, but it was really fun because they would use words and I had no idea what it meant. So I'd have to look it up in the dictionary. I'm like, okay. But that's when you're channeling as a channel. You're like, all right, here we go. What does this mean? So their biggest message, the Council of Light, for the past 2 weeks has been compassion. And they really want to give a lot of praise and kudos to everybody who's here holding the light, holding compassion, staying balanced and strong. They kept saying, this is what you guys are here for, and you've been practicing, and now it's time to step up. They're like showing me putting on a warrior outfit. Of course, it's metaphoric. So putting on your light and like being the light and the frequency and vibration, because as we've spoke about on another live, I think, and maybe in the 444 meditation, when you learn to regulate your energy, you can use it for so much good. And our frequency typically goes out to the edge of our fingertips when we're just in this resting space and have a healthy aura. When we put a lot of intention or we direct our energy, it can go out much further. And so when you guys are here on the lives, you can feel the energy, when we do the meditations. And it's a vibration that I'm holding space for, but also the collective, and it offers you an opportunity to rise in frequency and tap into your soul frequency, kind of like ride the wave on up through your soul star chakra and, find that vibe and then pull your own codes in. So, but the experience that they keep sharing is being in love with like the frequency of love, holding the love, emitting love, and having a lot of compassion, because we understand at some level what's going on in the world, the crumbling of systems, the light coming in, the shifting of timelines, but many don't quite get it. And even in my human experiences, we're all human. Like if you have not had a moment of panic or fear, I have so much respect for you, oh my God, how? Because I've had that. At first I was like, nah, this is gonna pass. And then it kept going and I'm like, oh my God, now what, So, and normally I wouldn't, I'd be fine because I work from home and I'm really chill, but we're in the middle of a move and I had plane tickets and reservations planned that had to be canceled, all this stuff. So I was just watching, when are they gonna cancel? How long is this gonna last and all of this? So yeah, okay, let me check out some more questions. When you're dancing or creating art, you can be channeling your higher self. You can be bringing things in through other times and spaces, but also when you're learning a new skill or technique, a lot of times you'll find that help can come through. We talked about it on the last live. Or maybe it's the one that I released. It's the one I released on YouTube, I think. I've been editing all of these and watching them, but we talked about how different spirit guides can come in. So that can be an aspect or a vibration where they're helping you. And I just feel it's like training wheels. So they're letting you feel what it feels like to flow, and then you take over. But you do merge with your higher self. So we're always channeling an aspect of our higher self, right? So absolutely. But yes, so it's not a one size fits all, but there are different experiences with it. Hi Jacqueline. Can you tell me if my grandmother is a message for me? I've seen 3 yellow butterflies today. Okay, so one moment. I'm going to keep my energy in this space. When I do mediumship, my energy switches, but I'm going to keep it here and kind of work with, I'm not going to feel into it. I'm going to see it, and I'm going to work with my team. So one moment. Yes, of course. And also birds. And I see, so this might be something in the future. I'm seeing blue and red birds. So like a little blue bird and a robin or a cardinal. So a spring is here. If the birds keep coming around, then that's a message from her. She's around. And her vibration's really loving, but she has some concerns, like just worried about you or wanting to let you know that she's there, this sort of thing, you know, not that there's anything to worry about, but she's just helping you through things. So really, really sweet that she's close by. Thanks, Tweety Vibes. Yeah, check out YouTube if you're feeling drawn to it, then for sure. I don't do tarot really. I have, but more like the angel tarot decks and that sort of thing. But I do oracle cards, and they're really nice to, like, if I feel like I just need an extra kick to get started on a reading, or if a client really appreciates it. But the way I do readings is I just read the energy. So I'm clairvoyant and I'll read the energy, even through the phone. And I work better without pictures or names. Well, full names. I just need your first name. I just need to connect with your vibration through your name or your email. But no pictures or birthdays. Sometimes people will send me pictures and birthdays and their star signs, and I'm like, that's just makes it more confusing for me. That's too much. I just want to look at the energy. And so I'll look at the energy and read it, and then the archangels come in, and that's my typical flow. Then I'll let the client know which archangels are there, and then I explain to them and do a reading what I'm seeing energetically, where it's sourced, how we can fix it, and what's going on and stuff like that. And then it depends if it's just a reading or if we do healing work as well. So thanks for thanks for asking. My friend Kat does Akashic record readings, and so I was just talking about how there's all these different readings, and I love it. It's a different facet of information that can be accessed and different styles. The modalities are really beautiful, and all of us have really unique gifts, like if it's in this field or not, you know. Obviously we're all spiritual, and we all have the opportunity to strengthen and open up and activate our clair gifts. But so even at that, those who have the clair gifts will have their own take on things and their own way in which they present or share the information. So yeah, if you're drawn to tarot, then there might be a reason. In fact, I'm feeling it could be past life even, or something ancestrally, where it's just like in your DNA or in your vibe, and it's going to come through really naturally. So always flow with what you're drawn to. And sometimes we're drawn to things because there's something around it that we need healing around. So that's how I learned so much, is I would just, what am I drawn towards? And then I would read about it, do a lot of self-study, or take a class, that sort of a thing. So yeah. Oh, 5s are great. I love 5s. 5s are an awesome number. Yeah, seeing any number repetitively is a great message. At the basic level, it means you're in your path and on your flows, having that synchronistic flow. But if you want to look into each number more in depth, of course, I share with you guys my favorite website. So probably like the 20th time this year, but it's sacredscribes.blogspot.com, and she has great definitions. At least they resonate for me, her meanings behind numbers that she's channeled in. So I am in Texas. Yeah. See, some of you are in London. Awesome. What time is it over there? It's 5 o'clock at night here. So it's probably early in the morning, yeah? Let's see. A cross of light appeared on my son's bed. What do you think that means? Oh, that's really magical. Well, it's definitely, for some people, it can mean, a blessing. So especially if you're drawn to Christianity or have ties. So I think at the basic level, it just means like you're blessed. And will be a lot of little messages that come through for myself. If I happen to, so I have little crystals sometimes. Well, in some rooms I have crystals that sit in the window. So sometimes they'll put rainbows on the floor. But it's very rarely that I happen to pass by that window when there's a rainbow. So when I just naturally walk by and I see these rainbows, to me, that's like, oh, to me, it's just so beautiful. And to me, it feels really full of love. So for me, that's a sort of a blessing, a sign of a blessing. Oh, it's 11 p.m. there. Okay. In London, thank you. Yeah, I got it mixed up because when we would go to Europe and we would try and call back home, I always had to convert it. And I forgot which way it was. So I see once a day 9/11 and I'm scared. I wouldn't be scared. Don't be scared. That's giving away your power. So look up what 9 and 11 means on the website and see. So prior to the 9/11 incident, here, it meant something completely different, right? So don't let that one incident hijack the meaning. For some of us, it can mean just like to be alert and be on point, like, okay, be awake and aware. But I really feel like there's probably another meaning behind it, and you don't need to be scared. 11 is a great number. Ones are master numbers, and they're beautiful, and 9s are really powerful vibrations. So yeah, just look it up. You'll see. I always see my birthday. Does anybody else see their birthday a lot? I always see my birthday, and it's in the most random times. I'll see the numbers on the phone and I'm like, what? I'm just like, I don't know if I'm cleaning or whatever, and I think, oh, maybe I have a message, and I go check it. It's always on my time. But for me, that's another sign that I'm in the flow. And so it's really comforting, especially because there's so much happening right now that sometimes we'll stop and wonder, what's happening? Is this all right? Are we going okay? And then we'll get a confirmation. So it's really nice. You see it all the time, Tish. Or Tisha. Yeah, awesome. Natalia, yes. Julie. Yeah. Just seen it today. Woohoo! There she goes. Love it. Oh, the 11s. Oh, that's a really great birthday. 11/11. Magical. Born on a master day. Love that. Hi, hey Jess, hey everybody. They're my real eyes. How do I look? I look up at the camera. Yeah, they're my real eyes. They're hazel, so sometimes they're mostly like a green, but sometimes they'll look blue. But yeah, so I am a starseed. Thank you. You must be one too. Yeah. So born 11/7. That's a really good number too. Okay, the angel website is Sacred Scribes. Oops, I typed it wrong. sacredscribes.blogspot.com. Okay, there you go. Yeah, and that's a really good one. A lot of 4s today. Oh, they look green. Thank you. Maybe I'll do some readings, like more, when you guys ask for connections with past loved ones, that's more of a mediumship reading, and I do switch my energy into a different space, so maybe I'll do that a little bit later on. Let's see. Somebody had a question. I skipped it by accident. How do you know if you're a starseed? I just had a lot of memories come up in meditation, and I was receiving energy work in my third eye. They were clearing my third eye and working on the 7th level of my dimensional field, and I was seeing all these flashbacks come in, and I didn't really know what it meant. And so it was like little bits and pieces of the story, right? Really sporadic. And so then, just by not really happenstance, but I didn't plan it consciously, but my friend was like, hey, I'm gonna go see this past life hypnotherapist in Austin, and do you want to go with me? I was like, sure. So we went, and I was blown away because I went into a past life and it was not on Earth. And I really don't even think I knew what a starseed was at that point. I was like, what is this? Wow, okay. And I wasn't opposed to the idea. I just had never known about this concept or thought about it. And so that's how it all unfolded. And the information that came through was really intense, so it was really emotionally charged. And that's how I know, and I think maybe y'all have that same experience. How do you know if it's a real message, or yourself making something up, or your stream getting hijacked, like misinformation coming through? Because I felt it in my being so intensely, physically, and then I also felt all the emotion and the layers behind it. So it's like really quantum, and you get all this information, like a huge download at once. So you go into this reality, at least I did. It was very intense on my first one. And I went into this reality, and when I landed there, I was like, wow. And so I remembered it all emotionally and energetically, and then my mind had to kind of catch up. Like, okay, what is this about? And kind of look around and get your bearings. And if you have a really good regressionist, they help you through that process. So that's how I knew. And then from there, I started asking more questions in meditation and getting more answers. And then my friend and I, so then I went and trained to be a past life hypnotherapist because it was such a profound experience. And I actually had studied past lives probably like a decade before. When I was in nursing school, I was just reading a lot about them, and I thought it was really fascinating. So the opportunity came where I trained for it. So then my friend and I were trading, and we got all into Starseed information, and I wrote a couple books from some of that information. So that's how I found out about it. And some people will come to me and they'll want a reading, and I personally have a really challenging, like, I kind of don't like to read people and be like, yeah, you're a starseed and you're from this and this and this. But sometimes if they already know, then I'll acknowledge it, right? But not everybody's ready, so I don't feel like it's my place to interfere and take away that experience for them. However, some clients have come to me and their team's been very forthright, like, you need to tell them, and so then I will. However, it's just like a message or an opening for them to go into some more self-discovery. So hopefully that really helps. You're a starseed, Donna. Aw, yay! Hi, Amy. A starseed. You could also say star being. So our soul frequency isn't from Earth, meaning our most of our lives are off of Earth. So some souls on Earth, this is their home planet, where it's not ours. So we're here for a reason. A lot of us are here to help shift the consciousness and hold a specific frequency, because Earth is moving into a higher space of awareness. And so that's what's happening, like, right now. First it starts in the energy, then it becomes physicalized, and there's a lot of physical activity and movement on the Earth right now. But we're moving from that third density, fourth dimension, up into the fifth dimension. So we're just flowing through. And that's actually what our channeled message was today, that will be up this week on YouTube, all about that. So I don't what planet was my past life on? Well, I've had many. Yeah, I've had many. So I don't want to share that. But I will share that that I have experience in Andromeda. That's how my team pronounces it, which is so funny. But Andromeda, right? And then the Pleiades, and then Orion, which was like such a shock to me, because I was like, what? I had no idea. And then they told me that one day. I'm like, really? Okay. So it doesn't have to be just one place. Just like, now when we leave Earth and we go somewhere else, we can say, and Earth, and I was human. So there's infinite possibilities. We don't have to limit ourselves. And that was an eye-opening experience for me, because I really didn't, like, that information might be out there, but once I started communicating with my team, I kind of stopped reading other channels' messages, because I just wanted to know that what was coming through wasn't influenced by other sources. And so when I found that out, I was like, oh wow. And then I think somebody told me, yeah, I knew that. I'm like, well, I didn't. So it was a real interesting experience. Oh, you also remember Andromeda? Yeah. That experience was really unique. That one I'll share with you. That was out of this world, literally. So I was researching different energy frequencies and modalities, and I had this energy practitioner come over, and she did the reconnection. And there's two parts to that. So we just did reconnective healing, and my friends. And so back to back. So she came over, it was like a house call or whatever. And when I was having my session, I left the body. And that was kind of the first time that it was so clear to me, where I wasn't asleep and I knew. There's been other times in the past where they felt more dreamy. I was very conscious, and I'd wanted to know where I was from, or I kind of wanted to know how my gifts and things I were remembering, how that played into this life. And so they took me up and they showed me this constellation and a map through the universe, which I've never, that's nothing I ever looked up before. And afterwards I went online and it matched completely. I was kind of floored. I was like, okay. And that's when they took me and they said Andromeda, which is funny because I guess, it's Andromeda is how we say it. But I heard it clear as day in my mind, Andromeda. I'm like, all right. And so that's where they took me there and to the planet and in that system. And then they also showed me the Merkaba, which I wasn't aware was the Merkaba, So I saw the structure, and then afterwards I went and researched it. So all of that was propelled by this frequency. And in my experience, reconnective energy feels more star. And they say it's from the Pleiades, so that makes sense, but it's more cosmic, whereas transpersonal, earth-based energy is from the earth, right? Reiki's more, it's universal, but it's more around earth, in my experience, how I see it. So yeah, so that was really out of this world, literally, and I remembered everything when I came back in, and a lot of times when you leave the body, you'll forget, so that was pretty outstanding. And somebody was asking about astral projecting, and this is just the perfect experience of where I didn't force it. It happened naturally because my team took me there, so I ended up at the right spot. Some people do it and they end up in the wrong spots, if you want to say that. Let's just say they end up places where they're like, what the hell is this and how did I get here? And can I go back now? So yeah. So let's see. Reiki comes from around the earth. It's cosmic. It's called universal life force energy. And when I see it, it goes up outside of the earth atmosphere, outside of earth, but not all the way to the cosmos. And just in my experience, that's how I see it. So, thank you. I did a past life hypnosis meditation on YouTube, and I was walking inside the metallic spaceship. Oh my gosh, yes. And I was floating outside the earth, seeing the entire earth. Is that real? I would say yes, unless they put anything in there about spaceships, right? I've seen ships, and I have a friend who can describe them in detail, which is really cool. But every ship is different, and they're different frequencies. And they asked about, this is on YouTube, she asked about it last week. What's it made of? Is it physical, right? So it can look physical, but obviously it's not the matter that we have on Earth. So it has a structure and form, most of them do, but they're interdimensional. So they can slow down, or your team can help you to see them. So you heighten your frequency to see those higher frequencies, and it's all based in science. It's just speeds of waves of light and how you see things. So hopefully that helps. Yeah. Yes, I am familiar with Dr. Brian Weiss. Dr. Weiss and Dr. Newton were the case studies that I studied when I was in nursing school, and I was just so blown away, and I received so much healing. If you guys haven't and you're struggling with relationships or purpose or meaning of life, that was a beautiful space to start with. And there are other regressionists and books. There's one that Kat recommended. I'm gonna have to watch or ask her because I can't recall the name, and I really want to read that one. But the other one is Dolores Cannon, and I have one of her books, but remember how I said I stopped reading other things? So I probably could go back and read it. I read parts of it, but I know she's really big into advocating for parallel lives, quantum realities, other beings and starseeds, and the purpose and the plan on Earth. So her stuff's pretty awesome if you guys are interested in authors. And then my books are Activating the Starseed is probably the one I would start with, and then I also have Messages from the Councils, which is a little bit more in depth, and it's more like a story, where Activating the Starseed is kind of like a manual to help you activate your light and what it all means and find that light within. And it's more interactive, right? Here, I'll pin that one real quick. Yeah, Dr. Michael Newton is great too. What I really found fascinating about both of these hypnotherapists is that neither one of them believed in past lives, and it all happened around the same time. One was in California and one was in New York, and their clients, by whatever means, regressed to a past life. And I can't recall which doctor it was, but they didn't believe in it. They're like, okay, it's a figment of their imagination. But then their physical ailment, or the reason that they came to therapy, it was healed. So then they started looking into it a little bit more, like, oh, there's some evidence, something's going on here. And in the field, and even now people might be like, what, I don't believe in that, it's all whatever. So they were met with a lot of resistance, and they're such brave pioneers because in other parts of the world it's very much accepted, but in the States, or in the community and culture that I'm a part of in the States, it's not so much like spoken of or a part of reality. So they were met with a lot of resistance in the medical community, but they did a great job. Jess, oh my goodness, thank you. That's it. You are such amazing light. Thank you. So the book that Kat recommended is called Your Soul's Plan by Robert Schultz. Has anybody read that? Jess, have you read it? I want to read it, but I just need to... I can either read or I can render movies for YouTube. What do you guys prefer? So that's what I've been doing with my time lately. Just like, oh my God. And I tried to upload one to Instagram Live, or I'm sorry, Instagram TV, and it kept timing out. So you all are just going to have to go to YouTube. Sorry. 3 people have read the book. Wow. Oh, okay. Awesome. 4. Oh, okay. Well, I'm inspired. I'm going to have to get on that to see. Do they have it in Audible? Oh, wait, 5. Okay. Yeah, because Audible is my friend. I can multitask with Audible. Let's see. Okay. How can I raise my vibration faster to better hear my guides? Love that. Yes. So I would do... Oh, sorry, I just got a notification. I would do meditation, but beyond meditation, I do light body activations. And there are these little mini ascensions where more light comes in and will lift you energetically and physically. And what it does is it heals and clears out your system and your programming. I'm going to have to pause you guys for a second because it's really funny. But I have one of those Roomba vacuums. And it just turned on. I got notified, but it's in my closet. So I'm sure it's like hitting the wall. So hold on, pause. I'll be right back. I need to stop it. Okay, so 1 second. I'm back. Thank you for your patience. That was really funny. I heard it go on and got the notification. I was like, oh my gosh. So, let's see. How can I connect more with my team and angels? For you, I'm hearing quiet, like just stillness, just being really quiet and patient and letting the messages come through slowly but surely and being open. Like, I always think of it like children and wonderment and mystery, like, oh, was that a message? And then it will build upon. They're like, oh, I think it was. I just got it again. Or something else that really layers on top of it, right, to support it. So yes, let's see. Oh, hey Garza. You're welcome. Oh yes. Oh, it's been forever since I've been in San Antonio. Yeah, it's such a good memory. It feels like a dream though, really. So we're in Dallas now. So here we are. Let's see. Why did it randomly turn on? It's on a program. Yeah, it's on a program. I need help, guys. I have a lot to keep up with, so I have to get one of these vacuums because we have a doggy door and they bring in stuff all the time. Acorns, leaves, grass. I can't keep up with it. So our little vacuum's programmed once a day. It's supposed to go around and vacuum. And it can go places that I can't. Like it can go under the beds where my big vacuum can't go. So I just need all the help I can get. So at 5 o'clock it turns on. I think I'm going to have to change it though because I've been going on lives more often around this time. But yeah, that's what happened. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. I meditated during the 4th and I got extremely strong vibrations all over my body. I could barely move. Oh, wow. Okay, so hopefully it was an enjoyable experience, something you're happy about. It can be scary if we're like, what is this? But that's actually nice because I really feel like your team is leveling you up. Like they were taking full opportunity with that to help you integrate this new light. And it was a beautiful session because there were so many of us just joined with the same intentions. But I had an experience one time. Was it the Mula Mantra, I think, if anybody's ever done the Mula Mantra. I've trained in what's called Diksha, or the oneness blessing, and it's a frequency from India, this like beautiful blessing. And in my training, we were doing this Mula Mantra, and everybody was in a circle, we were holding hands, and you're not supposed to break the circle. Well, apparently I'm really sensitive to energy, and my body started contorting. It hurt so bad. My muscles were spasming. I was like, I need to get out of, so I was like trying to let go, and my hands wouldn't, like they were just, it was so painful. So hopefully your experience wasn't painful, but if it is, then that's when I would say, like, just step back, take a step back and out of it. And so you can do that. There was somebody on the meditation on our account here, so our group right here, because I know there were so many, globally, little communities uniting, but there was somebody on here, and you might be here right now, and she was saying that, I think it was a she, she's like, I keep getting distracted with all the comments. And I'm like, well, close your eyes. So make adjustments so that your meditation experience works for you. Sometimes when I am a participant in a guided meditation, I might say, no, I don't want to work with that angel, so I'll call a different one in, or no, I just want to work with the light today, so always feel like, you are in charge, you have autonomy over your experience. So hopefully you really enjoyed it though. I personally like when I get big upgrades like that, and sometimes they'll last for days, and then I feel like it faded away, but it didn't fade away. What happens is your energy is now there, like you've met that vibration, so you've lifted up, and then later on you'll have another ascension of frequency. So it's exciting. I'm happy to hear that you had a good experience. You're right, Jade. They are 11:11. Perfect. Hi, Blue Eyed Shortcake. I'm getting 4 for you that are working with you. So we have set numbers, and then there's guides, so ebb and flow, and different ones will come in and go out. But right now you have 4 that are working with you. What does the pin mean? Oh, pinned at the bottom. Thank you. Those are two of the books that I wrote. I just announced it and pinned them on there. So yeah, they're on Amazon right now and Kindle. So right now that's all. I'm kind of a one-man show. I wrote them and just put them out there in that way, so it's easier for me. Let's see. Hi. Hey, Chandra. Hey, girl. Oh, you're welcome. Jade, how do we remember our light work mission? I feel that I have been so wounded on earth. Oh, it's so challenging, right? Because many of us, they were like, what is this? We're from a space where it's not as cruel, and the energy is more united in community rather than fighting and, this like competition and lack. So it can be really harsh here, especially for beings where they're like, how did I get here? What did I sign up for? But I forget your question. Sorry, let me see. There was a question behind that you had. Let's see. Oh, how do you remember your mission? So at the basic level, many of us are here just to hold that frequency. So to spread kindness and love and forgiveness, but don't be walked over. It's so important to have a boundary and to say this is acceptable and this is not, because there's so many beautiful empaths and light workers and healers that just let their voice not be heard or let people walk all over them. I was laughing after the interview today because Kat asked a great question about separating from family members, even if it's like they're detrimental or they're creating a lot of angst in our life. And their answer, I was like, what? But it was really good when I thought about it. I was like, okay. They're like, you didn't come here to be the slave of somebody else. And so I'm like, at a basic level, like if you can't live in your frequency and you let people tell you who to be and what to say and how to do life, that's not going to be good either. So it's about standing in your light of who you are, because there's a magical reason that your frequency is here to help us. And not only does it help the collective just lift the vibration, but also to say, hey, there's an acceptable way of being and a non-acceptable way of being, and I'm not going to function or accept these ways that are outdated and antiquated that don't shine the best light for everyone. So just being here and holding your space and speaking your truth. And if it's, what is my truth? Then that's your next step, right? So if you're not sure, what is my truth? Find it. And then that's part of the process. So hopefully that helps. Let's see what else. I have food sensitivities, and recently I've been wondering if any reactions are related to the shifting energies. Specifically third eye and neck. I get kind of dizzy. Yeah, it can be. So limit your gluten and dairy for sure. I'm getting just kind of like wean yourself off of that. You might already well be, but they'll mess with you. Right now, the energetic frequencies of the physical form are trying to stay in harmony and trying to stay in homeostasis and balance with what's happening in the polarity on Earth right now. And by this, I don't mean like the spiritual polarity. I mean the energetic, like the pole, the north and south pole, and the switch of energies on the physical plane. So with that, you can be more sensitive in addition to all this energetic expression that's coming up to clear. So that's why all last week they were just reminding us to eat clean, if whatever clean means to you. Of course, there's dressing right now. To me, they're saying stay away from the artificial stuff. So artificial dyes and additives, which I'm guilty of this week. I've been snacking on chips again. So eat clean, drink a lot of water, get a lot of rest, and move. Either exercise, even just walking, but at a basic level, stretching is what they're sharing. So that will help you. It's all related. It's all multifaceted. So that's what's happening right now. Let's see. What's the best way to channel our past lives? See, I think that maybe like the way you worded it might mean something different to me than how you, like what you're looking for. Because to me, channel means like let it come through. So in an active way, like as a part of our life, and we already are doing that because we're a culmination of all of our experiences. But if you want to access specific details and remember things about it, then meditation and hypnosis, your mind goes to the same thing. So you could do a guided meditation if you want, and there's some online, and like YouTube or probably Spotify. There might be a podcast or something with one. Sorry, I'm laughing. My cat is playing with a lizard outside. It's spring now, so they're so excited. All the critters and animals are coming out. How fun. Let's see. Route in my past life. Okay. I think I didn't read your full message. Let me see. Is it possible to see past lives with hypnosis? Is that an herb or something? It probably is. I can't discount any form of medicine. So earth medicine, herbs, or plants at all, but I will say I haven't used it for any of this, accessing these informations or messages or spirituality. So it probably could, but I don't have experience with it. So let's see. When I meditate, I get a cool feeling on my forehead. Does that mean my third eye is opening? Well, it could. Yeah, it's probably part of it. But typically a tingling, menthol, cold sensation is a release and a clear. So if it's probably clearing is what's happening, which will allow it to open, So it needs to clear and then strengthen, and then it starts to open. Do they mean hypnosis? Okay, thank you. Yes, you can access past lives with hypnosis. I was like, what is this? Is this some new herb that I don't know about? Is it a shroom? What's going on? No, she did say hypnosis. I don't know what that is. And you saw a clear date. It could very well be. Yeah. So, but I don't have experience with it. So trust your experiences, and especially if you get more information that builds on it. So that's how I started trusting everything that came through. Let's see. You could do YouTube hypnosis. Personally, because I'm super sensitive to energy, I'm very particular who I work with. So you could do YouTube hypnosis. So this is just personally. I personally would choose one where I can see the person. And it's not a computer-generated voice with all these binaural beats and codes coming in and random pictures on the screen. To me, that freaks me out a little bit. I've had to clear with clients and myself in the past a lot of looks like viruses or little worm programs that come in through some YouTube channels, and they get caught in our mental levels in our mind. So am I going to open myself up to some random while I'm in hypnosis? No, I'm not. Do I trust there isn't subliminal messaging or something trying to track me through it, because they will put in these little like energy trackers? No. So so I would say YouTube with hypnosis and all of that. I'm really particular. I'm really discerning. So if I feel the person and their vibe and I see their face, that's just like all of these accounts on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm just going to go there because I'm on a roll. I'm on a rant. But all these accounts that are like psychic reader, twin flame, da-da-da-da-da, you know, you'll notice I don't promote that on this page, and I could, but I don't. So I offer those readings, but if you don't vibe with me, I have a full list of friends and colleagues that are legit. Because to me, if you're not going to put your face out there, why would I go see you? You know, like if I can't trust that connection, why would I let you tap into my energy? So I'm just kind of, you know, same thing with YouTube. So if you can see the person and you feel really that you resonate with them, yes. And it doesn't even have to be like, you know, there's all these quote famous people and authors and big accounts, and some of them I don't vibe with, and I'll just be flat out honest, and that's fine because they're helping a lot of people, but it's not the right match for me. So also, it doesn't have to be like that. It needs to be, how do you feel? You know, do you feel comfortable? Have you watched their stuff enough? What are they trained in? You know, like all of this. So that's just me. Yeah, so if you want a reading or a session, here's my website, but you can also access it through Raise the Vibe Tribe. It's just myname.com. And each session's different. Depends if you want a channeled message with a Council of Light, if you want 30 minutes, if you want email with notes, you know, it's all different. So I just pop on there and you can see. I can't, Flory, I haven't done a YouTube hypnosis. I have done hypnosis in the past with Mira Kelly, and I've met her in person. She's very sweet. And I think at one time she had one on YouTube, or you could purchase one. So, but I don't have a lot of experience. Like my friends that I've worked with, they're not on YouTube. So I couldn't say, but if anybody has a suggestion, share, and then you can flow and do your research and see if you feel like it's a good connection. Typically during Reiki and meditation, I mainly see shapes I don't recognize and lots of movement. What does it mean? Oh, you're probably seeing, I'm hearing platonic solids. You might be seeing platonic solids, yes? So that's really good. So that means that you're working with at a basic level of restructuring and recoding the energy. But all the shapes and geometry are vibrations of healing in whatever shape it is that's coming in. And then additionally, what I'm getting, what was I getting? Hold on, I lost it. We like went right through. So 1 second. Oh, codes. It could be light language. So it could be light language coming in as well, depending on what it looks like. Why do you want to do hypnosis so bad? Oh, somebody's asking. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody will be drawn to it for a reason. And sometimes it's like an inner calling of their heart, and they're just drawn to it because it's just like if you're drawn to a book or a session and you don't know why, but then you go in and you receive deep level healing. So the different spaces of hypnosis can bring about healing from the subconscious or the spirit and soul that our mental body doesn't have access to. So our mind, our conscious awareness doesn't. Okay. Oh, I don't know what, I feel like y'all are having a conversation that I'm lost on, but that's okay. I'm really happy you all are chatting with each other. Yeah, to see past life and heal. So guys, my time is up. So thanks so much. If you like our lives, just random chitter chatter and who knows what we're talking about, but it all flows as we move along, then put on your notification. And I have a few of these up on YouTube right now to just release today. One's a question and answer from last week, and then a meditation from last Friday. And then next YouTube videos to come up will be the ones from Saturday, which was the 444 meditation, there was a little conversation I had with Diane about miracle stories that's going to be in its own, and then we have the meditation. So check it out, put notifications on if you want to stay up to date, and I'll just pop on again. I have a full client list tomorrow and the next day, so it depends if I have the energy or the time for a live, but I might because I'm really enjoying it. So I will see you guys all again really soon. Have a great day. Okay, bye.